Welcome into the CHGO White Sox podcast. This should be interesting, just like the game that kind of happened. We'll talk about it in a few seconds right after this. Hello, welcome into the CHGO White Sox postgame show. I thought I had an overlay and it's gone. Welcome into the CHGO White Sox podcast. This is presented by Bet365. Head over to Bet365. They are now live in Illinois. Use code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it is never ordinary with our friends over at Bet365. Here, I made a score bug for you. You guys want to see the score bug? Look, the White Sox won. They won 3-0. That didn't turn out how I wanted it to be. This show is getting off to a great start, and the game today kind of had a very odd end as well. Sox win 3-0, so woohoo! They end the 3-game winning streak. They end the 3-game losing streak. They end their 5-game losing streak as well to Minnesota. They won the first game against Minnesota 9-0. The last 5 games against Minnesota, they've been outscored 24-9, 3-0 victory today after 7 innings. Very odd raining an entire day. Sosa in the second to round after solo in the rain. Shane's 5 innings today, and there was about, I think it was the seventh inning, bottom of the sixth, the seventh inning. They started in somewhat of a delay. It wasn't an official rain delay, but there wasn't a pitch thrown for 10 minutes after the game got back to commercial break. So they end up playing the bottom of the seventh in somewhat similar conditions, and even Sosa, who makes the last out, it was actually the bottom. Sosa makes the last out on a lineout, and you can just see that he's kind of just running in mud. It's not even dirt at this point. They were talking on the Minnesota broadcast. I can't watch it in Chicago, even though I'm a White Sox fan, even though I have MLB.TV. You can't watch it if you're in Chicago. So I was watching the Minnesota broadcast today for reasons, and they were talking about how much diamond dry they were using on the field and how they were pretty much having it run out. Apparently, Brooke Fletcher and John Triffin and Steve Stone had the same exact conversation about an inning before. What I ended up learning today, and this has nothing to actually do with the game, is honestly, Triffin's not that bad. I don't know who's the play-by-play voice of Minnesota. I know the pitcher was Glenn Perkins, the color analyst, and Stoney versus Glenn Perkins, not even a competition. Very glad to have Steve Stone in Chicago. And honestly, I know Triffin doesn't know baseball, but he sounds a lot better than what I heard in Minnesota. Maybe it's just a real tough year in Minnesota, and I understand there was a lot of tough years last year, but hey, even Triffin in a tough year last year was a lot more exciting than what I heard in Minnesota. Sox are now 6-19 on the year. They have played 25 games in 2025. Again, it's not the greatest season, not a great time to be a Chicago White Sox fan, but there definitely is an exciting. Is the internet bad? Hey, chat. Is it just is it like terrible, you can't hear me bad, or is it like choppy internet bad? This is going great, as no expert says, and Riffic says. Anyways, Sox today. Maybe we just redo this, huh? I sound okay now. It's fixed. All right, cool. All right, man. It's weird producing by yourself. This show again is brought to you by Bet365. There should be a corner bug up here, but again, here let's show you guys the corner bug, shall we? Here, you guys see it? You guys see the corner bug up there? Great. All right, so White Sox win 3-0. I should take you through today's game, but first let's go through what's brewing. What's brewing is presented by Sam Adams American Light.
and I lost it. Could have told you, could have swore I uploaded it. All right, there it is. All right, What's Brewing is brought to you by Sam Adams American Light. Sam Adams, great taste. It's cold. It is crisp. It's refreshing. It is Sam Adams American Light. Go check out the new Sam Adams American Light. Game day just got better with our friends over at Sam Adams. What's Brewing? Shane Smith has been fantastic for the Chicago White Sox. Again, he had 5 innings of shutout work today, 30 called strike plus whiff percentage, 12 whiffs, 13 called strikes, 4 whiffs on his four-seam fastball, 4 whiffs on his changeup, 1 on his slider, 2 on his sinker, 1 on his curve. Final numbers, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts on 82 pitches through his first 5 starts. Shane Smith, a 2.30 ERA. Pretty good for the Rule 5 draft pick. Today, he was 37% four-seam fastballs, 27% changeup, 16% slider, 15% sinker, and 6% curve. Just want to throw that out there because this is his 5th start, but this is also his first time facing a opponent for the second time. His first outing was against Minnesota, and he featured his four-seam fastball 5% more. He was at 42%. He featured his slider a little bit more, 32% compared to 16% just today. His changeup usage actually went down as well. It was at 27%. His changeup percentage went up from 19% in the first outing to 27 today. And then his curveball usage was around the same 6%, but pretty much then taking out his usage that he had for his slider, that 32%, and adding in a sinker today. That sinker got 2 whiffs, so it's a usable pitch. I didn't know that he really had this, and I'm just really learning more and more about Shane Smith with every single start. The one worry that we've had with Shane Smith was him seeing the order 3 times. Didn't really run into that today just because he was very laborious in a lot of his at-bats, a lot of 3-2 counts, a lot of these strikeouts coming in 3-2 counts. I think Minnesota's broadcast flashed a graphic that they had 6 strikeouts on 3-2 counts today, which just not good at all. But the fact that the White Sox had the first pick in the Rule 5 draft this offseason, usually it's a pretty hit or miss draft. You really don't see a ton of stars taken from the Rule 5 draft because, again, he's taken from Milwaukee. Milwaukee would die to have a Shane Smith right now. I know Jose Quintana is absolutely going out and dominating for Milwaukee right now and was a great offseason signing. But, at the end of the day, they'd rather have Shane Smith because he's younger and more controllable and cheaper. The White Sox got an absolute haul here. And I don't know if it's to thank, Brian Bannister directly, but the fact that he knew that Shane Smith's hands, I guess, would work well with the changeup and he'd be able to work with this. I know that Tread's down in North Carolina. That's where Wake Forest is. So maybe there is a Tread connection that I am missing between Shane Smith, Brian Bannister. But man, I really am asking who saw this coming. It's Brian Bannister and Shane Smith. I don't even think his old team, the Brewers, saw this coming. There was Minnesota's broadcast mentioning that he had a smattering of shoulder and elbow injuries at Wake Forest, leading for him to go undrafted. And obviously the MLB draft is not what it used to be, the monster that it used to be, 50 plus rounds or something like that. So talent like Shane Smith will go undrafted. That's not super shocking, but still, he wasn't a major leaguer before this year. They taught him 1 pitch and he's now 5 starts, 2.30 ERA. It looks real replicable. His stuff looks very unhittable. He gets great extension. He's a big, powerful dude. If he's able to stay healthy and he's able to build up that stamina, why can't he be what's brewing? Why can't he be the next, I know it's a high praise because this guy's getting $175 million, but also people are overpaying pitching. Again, I'm going to bring up Matthew Boyd's contract on the north side at $15 million whenever I can. I don't think Shane Smith's going to get a $175 million extension, but maybe the White Sox thinking about extension. If he continues to pitch this way, it's the same narrative that happened with Garrett Crochet. I think by 10 starts, we were like, okay, we really got to start thinking about extending this guy. And I don't see why the narrative should be different for Shane Smith. He's been wonderful. And now if he's got a sinker, he might be able to offset some of the issues with his four-seam fastball. The one thing that I did hear about his four-seam fastball was just that the shape isn't as ideal as you'd want. It doesn't really draw a ton of whiffs Again, he throws it 37% of the time. He's getting 4 whiffs on it. I think the first outing as well, he threw it 17 swings, had 4 whiffs on it. It's not a whiff monster. It's fast. It's tough to square up, but it's not like hard to swing under pretty much. It's not, doesn't have like a rising effect like some of these nasty fastballs do. So he doesn't really have that effect to it, but he can locate it well. And again, it's got the velocity to where, if you're thinking it's going to be a 92 changeup, you're going to have to put your the barrel of the bat head down, and that's where you're going to swing over the top of a 4-seam fastball if it's up in the zone, and he's able to trick you. So I just think that it's something that's truly replicable, and I'm just shocked that the White Sox, of all teams, are able to do this. And the reason why they're picking last or first in the Rule 5 draft is because of the terrible 121 loss season. We don't know what it's going to lead to come to the 2026 MLB draft, but so far so good. The way you get out of the basement, the way you avoid another 121 loss season is by getting Shane Smiths, is by picking Shane Smiths, thinking that you have an edge and developing that edge. So, I mean, hey, if you're looking for reasons to watch the Chicago White Sox, Shane Smith, he's a reason. Another reason that maybe is developing could be Miguel Vargas. We'll talk about him after the break. I have to download some graphics. So let's talk about today's game. Again, Shane Smith, 5 innings, no earned runs. Top of the first, Sox threatened. They had 2 base runners on. Benintendi and Vaughn were at first and third, I think, after a Benintendi and Vaughn single. Then Caro couldn't deliver. Sox end the first, threatening, but no damage done. Bottom of the first, a laborious inning for Smith. Again, a lot of 3-2 counts, but he throws a beautiful 3-2 slider to Buxton to get him swinging out of the zone. Like, absolutely gorgeous. Exactly where you want it. It's out of the zone, tails out, completely fools Buxton, of all people. The guy that completely owns the Chicago White Sox. For some reason, still pitching to him. Just look at last night. Sox lose 6-3. Byron Buxton gives them the 2 insurance runs to give him that 3-run lead. Shane Smith's not afraid of him. Shane Smith later in the game is going to strike him out on 3 pitches. Top of the second, 1-0 Chicago White Sox. Lennonites, get your, I don't know, what do Lennonites have? Maracas? What's Venezuelan music? Anyways, get your maracas out. Lenin Sosa hit a solo home run. First pitch slider, absolutely ambushed it. Hit a tank shot to left center. Bottom of the second, a single from Brooks Lee, but Smith is able to avoid damage. Still 1-0 after 2. Top of the third, Roberts Cade for the second time. He did not have a good day today. He was trying to be patient up there and just got fooled. I don't know if he's trying to guess, but even then, he's still swinging sliders low and away. So, like, if you're guessing slider, I don't understand why you're, still swinging a slider low and away. So I don't know what to make of Luis Robert Jr. It's just wait and see. He's going to be able to run when he gets on base. He's going to be able to play decent defense. And whenever he does make contact, typically goes far. So you just kind of have to hope that at some point, because of all the at-bats, it's going to kind of click for Luis Robert. It might be frustrating because it is. Benny hits a single in the top of the third, but again, no damage done by the Sox. Bottom of the third, Smith pitches around a leadoff double, but then again, a 3-pitch K to Byron Buxton. Both Buxton and Robert have 2 Ks through the first 3 innings. Top of the fourth, Paddock loses control after getting 2 outs. He has 3 2-out walks. The bases are loaded, and he walks Josh Palacios for the third walk of the inning and drives home a run. Sox lead 2-0. But again, who comes up? The second hitter of the Chicago White Sox, Luis Robert Jr. Bases are loaded for him in a weak pop out to right field. No damage done by 88. Bottom of the fourth, 1-2-3 inning for Smith, and it's not against the bottom of the lineup. It's against, I believe, 3, 4, and 6 or 4, 5, 6. I think, yeah, 4, 5, 6. Larnach, Correa, and France. Top of the fifth, Edgar Caro comes through with a single. His first 8 games, 333 average, 429 on base percentage, 417 slug, 4 RBIs. He's not really supposed to be doing damage at the plate. Like, that's never been his MO, but he also doesn't get out. He really just does a great job, especially from the right-handed side, of making contact. He's not going to swing and miss, especially from the right-hand side. He's able to put the ball in play. He's able to draw out at bats. And so far, behind the plate, he's played really good defense. So great job by Caro. Bottom of the fifth, Smith pitches around a leadoff single from Lee. Again, that's the end of this day. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, no earned runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks for Shane Smith. Top of the sixth, it finally happened. Finally, Miguel Vargas hits a leadoff home run, 3-0 for the Chicago White Sox. And then the bottom of the 6th, Jordan Leisure comes in and gives me heart palpitations. First 2 are on base, then to Trevor Larnach, throws a 3-2 slider that was absolutely nasty. Kind of had like a curveball-ish like trajectory, really just like kind of hit the bottom of the zone and then completely died off. Just disgusting stuff to Larnach there. And then a lucky 3-2 called strike to Carlos Correa. It was at the outside edge, looked like a ball, at least from Minnesota's broadcast, but still called strike, and he's able to get the second out. And then the line out to Sosa, where you just see that, hey, after the 7th inning is played and this game is official, they're going to bang it. Top of the 7th, again, rain's coming down. There's 10 minutes done to try to patch together this field. Vaughn walked, Carroll singled, but again, no runs. Bottom of the 7th, Isert allowed a double to Christian Vasquez, but he got a K and 2 flyouts, and that's where the game ends. Sox win 3-0. We got to take a break and hit you with a couple ads here, and then we'll talk about the games on Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll also talk about the next 3 games for the Sox, and we got some minor league updates and some Miguel Vargas talk as he's changed up his stance. We want to let you know about our friends over at Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary is Illinois' favorite dispensary. They have a ton of great locations in the city, like in the South Loop. They also have a location in Elmwood Park, which I absolutely love. They also have a location in the suburbs in Champaign and South Beloit. They also have a one-stop shop for all your cannabis needs. Sunnyside has an expertly curated menu with over 100 strains to choose from, plus easy online ordering and in-store pickup. Sunnyside has everything you need to elevate your summer. And today it's 65 degrees. It's a beautiful sunny day out. It feels like summer. So go check out their 100 strains on the menu with new ones added daily. It's expertly curated, and they know you'll love Cresco and Floricale's incredible quality and consistent products. So visit sunnyside.shop for bright buys every day, including 50% off your first 3 online purchases. Enter promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify. Exclusions apply. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary. Bright buys every day, only for 21 plus or Illinois medical card holders. We also want to let you know about our friends over at Boston Beer. Again, it was what was brewing earlier. Boston Beer has elevated game day. Light beer just got better. Introducing Sam Adams American Light. It's clean, it's crisp, and it's super easy to drink. There's no gimmicks and no fluff with this brand new beer from Sam Adams. It's not your average light beer. It's brewed with 100% American sourced ingredients from local independent farmers. It's light beer that is made right. Light beer shouldn't feel like a compromise. This one doesn't. It's an American classic that's so smooth you'll want to crack open another one. It's always Sam season. Light beer just got better. Grab some Sam Adams American Light. Available now at select Chicago retailers. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly. I realize that I just take you behind the scenes with the 31 people watching. Please hit the thumbs up button. We got 14 comments that I haven't got to yet. I'll try to read through them, but we flashed that graphic, that ad graphic here. I could flash it now. We flash this graphic to when we're on TV to signal to the TV channels that, hey, an ad's coming. I'm going to read for 2 minutes so you can play whatever ads you have sold on your own TV. What's it called? Inventory. We're not live on TV right now. So I flashed this for no reason. No reason to flash this. And then usually when I'm reading ads, I have to flash like the sponsors, and look, hey, this isn't even sized the right way, so that's good. I was also supposed to give a shout out to our friends over at Sunnyside. There we go. Hey, use code HICHGO. But I was too busy reading and could not even think about what I was doing. So there you go. This is going swimmingly. Husky Bardo did say, seems like Amaya's days are numbered with Bobby Dahlbeck at shortstop. Can we talk about that real quick? I brought it up as a joke in the offseason when they signed Dahlbeck. I liked the signing. It seemed like he had a couple of things that the White Sox liked. Like he had a really good ability to discern what is and what isn't a strikeout, or what is and what isn't a strike. He has a good ability to swing the bat. He has an above average bat speed. But the issue with him is quality of contact. He has a very good bat, like bat speed, is athletic enough to swing the bat hard. He makes good decisions on what to and what not to swing at, but has no ability to actually hit the ball with any decent contact. But like you mentioned, Husky Bardo, he plays first base, second base, third base, shortstop, left field, right field. And so far, the Sox have been playing him at shortstop. I don't hate it, to be honest. he was neutral at shortstop, at least according to outs above average. I think that he's got a higher offensive floor than Amaya. The defense has been better, and I don't think it's going to be that much of a fall off with Dahlbeck. So at least when Madrov's out, I don't really hate it. I kind of, I think that it's an interesting move. It's a lot more interesting than Amaya. I wrote stock up, stock down for all these White Sox players. I was going to do this later in the show, but we can see Jake Amaya right here. Didn't know it could get worse. I'm done with watching him. I hope the White Sox are done with watching him as well. Because again, I didn't know that it could get worse. And here it is getting worse. John Hossey, let me know, John, in the comments down below how to say your name properly. But he mentions that the stance change for Vargas may finally unlock him. Apparently, on the past 2 days, it's been endless the amount that John Triffin and Steve Stone have talked about Vargas's stance change. But let's talk about Vargas's stance change. Hey, let's take off John's comment here. They showed this on the CHSN broadcast. So thank you to the CHSN broadcast for flashing this. But on the top left, you see Miguel Vargas's stance from April 4th. And you see in the bottom right, Vargas's stance from last night. And obviously today, where he hits a home run. First home run of the year for Miguel Vargas. He was hitting sub 150. So thankfully the White Sox are able to figure out something that maybe can help Vargas finally lift the ball and impact the ball. I think it obviously adjustments to his hands. You can see that the bat is just flatter. His elbow, and I'll pull up myself for this, and you could probably just see it on your own, right? But especially facing the pitcher, you could see this on the broadcast. I would say that his elbow used to make like a this movement, and now it's just a little bit flatter, right? So it's a little less like it used to be like a check mark with your elbow, and now it's just flattened out. So it's kind of lessening to like what this is right here. So arms are a little bit pulled back as well. I'll flash the stance as well. Arms are pulled back a little bit as well, a little bit more cocked and ready. And I think I can't really read legs properly, but it seems like he's got a little bit more of a load in his back leg than he previously did. I think it's a little less of a bend forward as well. So a little bit more upright, a little bit more loaded with his hands. And, so far, so good. And I think the one person that doesn't get a ton of love, and I know it's tough to really say that, this person should get love, especially with how bad the actual team swings. But Marcus Thames, he's gotten credit for Vargas now with what they just did. And last year, Kevin Pillar talked about how Thames helped him unlock something. And when Pillar left the Sox last year, he was decent with the Angels. So I don't know. I don't think that he gets enough credit. Maybe I should tell myself to give Marcus Thames a little bit more credit. But yeah, I think Vargas could be something. We're seeing power now from Sosa and Vargas. Sosa leads the team in batting average. He's got 2 home runs. Vargas's average is now over 150. He's got a home run on the year. I think that it could be something for Vargas. His swing decisions aren't terrible as well. The one person who really just might have the worst swing decisions on the team is Andrew Vaughn. But yeah, his chase is above average, 82 percentile. He squares up the ball about 80%. So maybe now that he's actually squaring up the ball a little bit more, the average exit velocity will go from like 90 miles per hour to like 92. Maybe we could see a little bit more of a jump up. I don't know. Grumpy Pig and Friend says, I'll say it, Smith should be moved. All right. Vargas hitting 160 and you're handing out credit. Come on. Again, we're talking about the past 2 days. We'll see what he does. In the past 2 games, he's gotten 3 hits. We'll see if he's able to continue it. They talked about what the locker room is talking about and what they're saying they fixed with him. There's a visual of, hey, they fixed something. I'm not saying it's going to lead to anything. I've mentioned that he's hitting 150. I'm not saying Miguel Vargas is the future third baseman. It was so far looking like he'll get cut. Like by the end of April, if he didn't make this change, why would you keep him? So thankfully he's changing something. So it looks a little bit less different than what the first like 150 to 250 plate appearances were for Miguel Vargas. Yeah, I'm not handing out credit to Miguel Vargas. I'm handing out credit to the people who coach. So yeah, maybe he's able to change that 150 average. But mentioning Smith should be moved. I, First of all, I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a realistic goal. I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a realistic goal. I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a realistic goal. I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a realistic goal. I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a realistic goal. I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a realistic goal. I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a realistic goal. I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a realistic goal. I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a realistic goal. I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a realistic goal. I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a realistic goal. I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a realistic goal. I think you need to at least get him to 160 innings. I think that's a re July. Can he actually pitch into the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th consistently? It seems like there is a degradation of his stuff once he hits the 5th and 6th and 7th inning. And I think it's less of, guys are now seeing him and have him figured out. I think it's mostly because the stuff is just wearing down. I don't think he has a true gas tank yet. He's only 25 years old. They have him in pre-arb for the next 2 years. So in 2026 and 2027, they will pretty much just set his contract at minimum, I would assume, unless they go to some sort of an extension. But then the 3 years after that, 2028, 2029, 2030, he'll be in arbitration. You have him locked down unless he somehow wins Rookie of the Year or Cy Young. But I don't even think that it accounts for him because he's not a first rounder. You have Shane Smith until 2030. I don't think there's a reason to do that at all. You got this guy for nothing. There's no reason for him to be moved. I mean, there could be a reason for Davis Martin to be moved, Jonathan Cannon, anyone that shows life with less control. But no, the White Sox should absolutely see what he can build up over the next 3 years. Because right now it's interesting, but it's only 5 starts. Can he put together 20 starts? I think that's when teams will actually get notice. Fat Hipster mentioning Vaughn should get cut before Vargas. I don't hate that idea. I think I had some Vaughn stats somewhere. Oh, yeah. I have Vaughn's stock obviously being down. His xWOBA, his expected batting average, it's the same as 2024. He has absolutely no power. There was even Marcus Timms, who I just gave credit to, or I'll take it away. He talked about how his expected stats, and James Fegan mentioned this on the Sox Machine podcast, I think about a week ago, that Vaughn's expected batting average is a lot higher than what we're currently seeing from him. So his stuff should return to a higher number. But again, it's just what we've seen time in and time out from Andrew Vaughn. So I agree with you that Vaughn should likely get cut before Vargas. Vaughn plays a position that should be a lot easier for somebody defensively. I think Elko could play that position defensively. Can he actually, be a major league hitter? I don't know, but I don't think that Vaughn's it. I don't think that Vaughn can actually truly damage a ball enough to be a franchise first baseman. I think that, Jake Kruger saying Tim Elko needs to be called up. He looks more ready for the majors. Don't dislike Vaughn, but it can't be worse than what he showed. I mean, they do have 3 options on Vaughn, so maybe they do send him down to get him some, confidence. But I think that would honestly just piss him off. I don't think that Vaughn would want to do that, and I don't think that he's been. I mean, maybe he has been that bad, but also you're gonna have. If I'm Andrew Vaughn, the whole team's been this bad. Jake Amaya, Miguel Vargas gets to stay. They've all done this, but I've actually hit 20 home runs. I know that's not actually an impressive threshold, but if I was Vaughn, I'd be probably a little bit PO'd. But as people have mentioned, 15 game on base streak for Elko, an OPS over 1,000. He's been doing it by getting on base with hits mostly, but he's even started to walk a little bit as well. In no expert in Fat Hisper saying piss him off. He's pissing us off. Who cares about what Vaughn wants? So we piss him off, and what happens? He can't get worse. That's fine with me. I'm just trying to. You guys want Elko? I don't care. I mean, I just think. I don't. They have an option for Vaughn. They could use it. Does Josh Palacios deserve to be on the team more than Vaughn? I don't really think so. Does Maton deserve to be on the team more than Vaughn? No. I think Vaughn's a much better baseball player than Maton and Palacios and Amaya. I'm just saying, you're right to say who cares if he gets pissed off. That's fine. We need him to play better. But I'm just saying, I don't know if that's going to have the effect that everybody wants it to. And I don't know. I'm not buying into it. And also, you'd have to figure out some 40-man room. We'll see if they call up Elko. He's got a 15 game on base streak. I don't know what else he needs to do for the White Sox to call him up. We'll see. I think that, again, he makes $6 million. They're not going to send a guy making $6 million down to AAA. They should. They probably should. And you guys are right to be frustrated with Andrew Vaughn. I just don't think that he's going to get sent down to AAA if I had to put my money on it. Let's take a break here on the CHGO White Sox podcast. We want to let you know about our friends over at Bet365. Hey, I actually did it this time. Bet365 is now live in Illinois. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. New customers now get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up, use our code CHGO365, deposit $10, and place a bet for $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. With Bet365, they have an early MLB payout offer. You're a winner if your team goes ahead 5 runs with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. Download our app and try out our friends over at Bet365. Use our code CHGO365 when you sign up. Deposit $10 and place a bet for $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Disclaimer: must be 21 plus. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER in-app only. We also want to let you know about our friends over at Ray CDJR. If you are in the market for a new vehicle, check out our friends over at Ray CDJR. It's the Jeep Celebration event. Ray CDJR, located up in Fox Lake on Route 12. They have wonderful deals. If you are on the lookout for your next vehicle, head to Ray CDJR on Route 12 to choose from their huge inventory of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. And right now, get up to $12,000 off MSRP on select new 2024 Jeep Wrangler models with a dealer discount, or lease the new 2025 Jeep Wrangler Sport 4xe for only $129 a month. Plus, shop over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000 with a friendly team of brand experts. The team at Ray CDJR is here to help you during each step of your car shopping journey. Plus, since they prioritize affordability, you know you won't overpay. The price you see is the price you pay. It's that simple. Go check out our partner to shop one of Chicago area's largest inventories and find the right new vehicle for you, then drive home happy. The team at Ray CDJR is the only team we recommend. Don't miss out on the Jeep Celebration event going on all month long for huge savings on your next Jeep Wrangler. For more information, visit Ray CDJR on Route 12 in Fox Lake or online at raycdjr.com. They've been serving the community since 1963. Again, Sox win 3-0. They now are 6-19 after 25 games. Let's quickly talk about the first 2 games of the series. I guess Sox lose the series 2-1 to Minnesota, but at least snap the 5-game losing streak. Tuesday, Byron Buckton. It's pretty much the 2 games of Byron Buckton. Sox were able to neutralize him today, and they were able to hit 2 balls just completely over his head. So that's why they got the win. On Tuesday, the White Sox got the bases loaded in the 9th inning. They got a run to make it 4-2 from a Maton sacrifice, I think it was, scored as. But bases are loaded for your guy, my guy, Chicago's guy, Andrew Benintendi, and he smokes a ball left center field out to that big graphic video wall in right center, and Buxton's annoying ass dives out and makes a beautiful, beautiful play in center field. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, Byron Buckton, I absolutely hate you. I think you're annoying. You frustrate me and my team, the fellow fans as well. I understand we have it out for Andrew Vaughn, but White Sox fans, can we just direct some hate directly towards Byron Buckton? I think that's a show of respect, truly. Like, keep it clean. Keep it simple. But then on Wednesday as well, you got 2 outs, a rookie's on deck. And what does Jordan Leisure decide to do? Throw to Byron Buckton. What happens? He hits a home run off Jordan Leisure. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Just don't pitch to him. Just leave it. There's so many bad baseball players on the Twins. Let them beat you. Byron Buxton's really good. And you've had about 8 years to figure that out. Why pitch to him? There's a rookie on deck. Why pitch to him? You're losing the game. If Keichel or whatever the rookie kid's name is hits a homer, his first of his career, that would be his first, not his 24th in his career against you. There's just different ways to manage the game. I did stock you down for all the opening day players, and I did write Venable. It was just kind of neutral. There's nothing crazy. I think he's got a cool demeanor. It's tough to win with the lack of talent. But again, I think this is the second game he's had to be reminded, don't pitch to that guy. You have 2 choices. You could either pitch to him or not. And they always just pick that first one. It's like the Monty Hall problem. You could actually just not pitch to him. Rific. Taps Herb's tweet. Yes. Luke CD. Yes. Baseball hates. John Jose. I baseball hate Buxton. Absolutely. And Luke adding on, you have to hate Buxton and the Twins if you're a Sox fan. I agree. I'm annoyed by him. I hate him. He's annoying. Anyways, Mike Vassel is on the White Sox. He's been interesting. A 1.17 ERA, 15 and a thirds innings pitched in 7 games, 10 Ks and 8 walks for Vassel. His stuff plus, his fastball grades out as a 98. League average is 100. His sinker grades out as 100. His cutter grades out as a 94. His slider at a 108. His cutter at his curveball, I'm so sorry. His curveball at a 97 and his changeup at a 90. The one thing I did want to show you, and I'll take off Luke's comment here, is Mike Vassel's movement profile. You can see that his arm angle is at a 31 degree down in that bottom right of that graphic. And these circles here, you could see the full kind of colored in circles. And then you could see these other ones. I'm using my computer mouse like it's a teleprompter or a telestrator. And you don't have that privilege. But anyways, the kind of the ones with vertical lines going through it, that's the MLB average. So the solid circles are Vassel. What I'm just trying to show you here is that his sinker, his four-seam fastball, his sweeper, his curveball, his cutter all move lower than average, all have more drop than major league average. And I know, especially on fastballs, four-seamers specifically, you want rise on your fastball. So his four-seamer isn't a pitch I think you should throw much. And I think you're really going to see Vassel turn into a sinker, sweeper, cutter, changeup kind of monster for the Sox. I mean, I think he's only 25, or am I thinking of Shane Smith? Vassel might actually be 27, which still isn't that much older. I mean, he's 25. So, like, I mean, this guy has potential. He's young. You got him for 6 years. I think it's interesting, and I think he is a Rule 5 pick. I don't know exactly what the rules are for a team that picked him up like this. He's not like Shane Smith, where if you get rid of him, you know, Shane Smith has to go back to the Brewers. I don't know what happens to Vassel if you cut him. I think he goes back to his original team, which was the Yankees. But I really like him. I think he can give you some length out of the bullpen as well. Kind of be your Jared Schuster from 2024. So I'm interested in what Mike Vassel has done for the Sox so far in his couple of games. He had a good outing on Tuesday. All right, and then on Wednesday, there was a bullpen game. Bryce Wilson started. I don't understand why Schuster was so late in the game. He came in the 9th inning. I thought they could have went him or started off the game with Wilson and then gone to Schuster. I feel like Schuster can give you a little bit more length. I like him better than Eisert. We see Eisert in yesterday's game. We see Eisert today. I'm fine with it, but again, I don't understand the actual like layout from Venable. I don't understand, you know, if that's a Venable call, if that's a Cat's call. I don't know if that's then something I should give praise to Venable or not. I don't know if I should give him stock up, stock down. Baseball. Anyways, again, they pitch to Byron Buxton. They lose 6-3, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Your next 3 White Sox games are in Sacramento. Friday, Burke versus Severino. Saturday, Jonathan Cannon versus Jeffrey Springs. And then Sunday, Davis Martin versus Osvaldo Bido. The best name in baseball. We will be covering the Sunday game. We will have a post-game show on Sunday to recap the 3-game series against Sacramento and the season series against Sacramento. Wrap that up real early in April, the 6 games against the A's. This will be the one and only time, I think. No, well, they're playing there, and they're playing Sacramento next year. So what? This is one of the 6 times. One of 3 of the 6 times the White Sox will play in Sacramento. Hopefully, I know that there's a lot of runs scored in Sacramento. I know it's a high run environment. So hopefully that plays into the White Sox favor. I would say if you're looking to bet over at Bet365, use code CHGO365, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary with our friends over at Bet365. I would say this weekend, you probably have to look at a Luis Robert Jr. home run, just because, again, if he gets a hold of it, it goes very far. And if we're talking about Miguel Vargas' stance change, I think Vargas is probably due for one. And the other guy, again, we're going to hate him in the comments. He hit a homer in Boston. I think that Vaughn can go deep. So if you're looking for homer plays, I don't know exactly what day, maybe avoid Severino, but Springs and Beto. I think Vargas, Robert, and what's it called? And Vaughn are your three to homer. Jake Kruger in the chat. I love you sickos. If you guys got any thoughts about Brandon Eisert, let me know in the chat. Jake Kruger, Eisert's been fine, nothing special, but I wouldn't use him in a close game situation late in the game. I trust Vassel more thus far. Absolutely. But I was just more talking. The game wasn't, I guess it was somewhat close, but by the time that Schuster got in, he was mopping up. It was after the Buxton home run. It's in a 3-run game. So that's where I would have liked to see Eisert. And you even see him in a 3-0 game today. I understand it's, I think, bottom of the lineup when Eisert comes in because Leisure faces Buxton, Correa, and Larnick. But I think that Eisert is just a weird guy to put in kind of in such an important part of the game because I know it's a bullpen game, but Schuster can give you like 2 to 3 innings, and then you just see where you can get with Wilson and Schuster. Can you get 6 innings from those two guys? Like that's how I at least seeing how bullpen games should play out a little bit. But Eisert's been fine. Nothing special. He was on the opening day roster, got sent down to Charlotte, got called back up. And I think, the fact that he's been going up and down doesn't really help him out. But also, he hasn't looked too terrible. We got some minor league updates. I also got some Colson stuff for you. Maybe at some point I'll get to the stock up, stock down stuff. It's mainly stock down for most of these guys. The stock ups that I did have, Matt Tice, he's got a low chase and good contact so far. His framing's below average, but he has good blocking, which is boosted from the Angels last year. So maybe that's a Walker McKinnon boost. I do have an up on Benintendi. It does look like he's second half Benny. We know how bad Andrew Benintendi can be. So the fact that he looks, respectable is driving balls out to right center field to make Buxton make a play on. I'm fine with that. Still no on base ability. That's one thing I would like to see from Andrew Benintendi. A little bit more contact and a little bit more of walking. But so far so good. And then I got Brooks Baldwin, as Beefloaf is now calling him, the White Leary. 8 games at second base, 7 games at shortstop, 6 games at right field and left field, and 1 game at third base and center field. Great to see what Baldwin's been doing. If he's going to play this many positions and give you about an 80 OPS plus, it's pretty decent. Lenine Sosa's got an 86 OPS plus and can't play defense at all. So, hey, Baldwin playing this many positions defensively is a huge boost. I have 2 arrows up on Shane Smith. No one besides the Sox and Shane Smith could have predicted this. I didn't really know about the elbow and shoulder issues, but you really do wonder where he would have gone in the MLB draft if he didn't have those lingering issues coming out of college. I also have Cam Boozer, an up on him, a guy that was pitching for the Chicago Dogs 2 years ago and has 4 walks, 12 Ks so far through 25 games. He throws 100, and so far, the issue, what has seemed of Cam Boozer is just that he hasn't been able to command his 100, but so far he's been able to command that 100. And the only funny one that I have is the down arrow on Penn Murphy. Penn Murphy, if you don't know, now you know that he was the highest rated Sox in MLB The Show 25. If you buy that game and don't update the roster, the best White Sox on the roster will be Penn Murphy. 48 batters faced for Penn Murphy in 2025. 20 have gotten on base. That's not good, folks. I don't know the actual. Let's do some quick math here on the CHGO White Sox podcast. That's a 41% on base percentage, 41.6 on base percentage. Not good, folks. Not good. I haven't liked what I've seen from our friend Penn Murphy. Let's wrap it up with minor league updates. AAA again, 15 game on base streak from Tim Elko, an OPS over 1,000. Tyler Schweitzer, a 5th round pick from 2022, has made his AAA debut. It was an ugly debut. I won't talk about that from our friends over at Tyler Schweitzer, but he had 10 scoreless innings in AA to start off the year. The product out of Ball State. That could be a name that, sneaks his way into a bullpen role or rotation one day for the Sox. In AA, they have 1 hitter with an OPS over 100. And of course, it's Riku Nishida. The guy hits. I'd love to see him on this White Sox team. He's not a top 40 prospect, so why not? Just call him up right now. I'd rather watch him over Josh Palacios. Who cares? Then Grant Taylor, he started on Tuesday on the 22nd. so far through his year, 8 1/3 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 8 walks, 13 Ks, and 3 hits allowed for Grant Taylor. You don't love to see the 8 walks, but the 13 Ks that follows for Grant Taylor. The one thing that was like really eye-popping last year from Grant Taylor was his ability to avoid walks. Really, no one's been able to hit him. Again, 3 hits and 8 1/3, but 8 walks. You got to be able to lower that a little bit if you're Grant Taylor. In advanced day, Winston-Salem, Tanner McDougal, the 5th-round pick from 2021. He had a tough start on Tuesday, his worst of the year so far, but on the year, 2.60 ERA, 17 1/3 innings pitched, 13 walks, 17 strikeouts. I think that, again, worst case scenario, he is a guy that spins the hell out of the ball out of the bullpen for the White Sox in 2026 and 2027. Maybe he's not a starter, but there is still a future for the 6'5" righty. And then in single A, Braden Montgomery, 14 games, 346 average, 433 on base percentage, 582 slugging percentage, 8 walks, 13 strikeouts. Great job of just being able to get on base. Again, 433 on base percentage, 6 stolen bases, 14 runs, 17 driven in. He's got 3 homers on the year, 2 from the right-handed side, which is apparently his least powerful side, and 1 from the left-handed side. And the final one, a good one from AAA, Colson Montgomery. He's gotten on base 8 straight games, 37 plate appearances, 9 hits, 2 home runs, 3 walks, 14 Ks. The strikeout rate, obviously, still extremely high, 265 average, 324 on base percentage, 441 slugging percentage. That is over the past 8 games. But, 324 on base percentage still isn't that great, if we're being honest. But versus 95 mile per hour pitching, that was the one thing we're trying to look for with Colson Montgomery. Is he able to do a little bit better against high velocity? He's seen 32 pitches this year, only 1 hit against 95 plus, 167 average, 375 on base percentage, and a 167 slug. 20% whiff rate in 2024 on 232 pitches. He hit 160, so 7 points worse. He was on base 311, so about 60 points better this year. And then 220 slugging percentage. His only 1 hit this year is a single. The one last year, he had 5 singles and 2 doubles. But the biggest thing, again, he's been able to lower his whiff rate against high velocity from 37.9% to 20%. So, we've been thinking he's been playing hurt. Seems like he may be coming out of that, as he has an on game 8-game on base streak. I think that Colson could hopefully flip it around. We'll see. We'll obviously track that over the next 25 games and see if he's able to keep that whiff rate around 20% against high velocity. But, maybe he's still on track for a June debut, but I think he's a September call-up at worst. So we'll see what happens. This has been the CHGO White Sox podcast. After a White Sox winner, we have a show on Sunday for you. We'll be live after the Sacramento A's White Sox game. So make sure you're subscribing to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up button. We do have a live stream tonight, NFL Draft. If you are looking for Bears NFL coverage, we have you covered here on CHGO Sports tonight. That's why I have no producer, because everyone's working on the Bears. Again, Sox win 3-0. Hit that thumbs up button, and we will talk to you on Sunday after the White Sox and A's. Those are the 2 teams. The White Sox and A's wrap up their season series. We'll see you. Oh, hold on. Let me try that again. We'll see you.
We all silly like the mayor.